14 now. They've got to get Clough about to the 46-yard line. Not too happy with the defense for Mentor is Coach Kirschbaum because the Vikings are doing a good job on the ground. This is Martin in motion, a fake pitch, a pass, and going deep, and knocked away. Good defense on that one, Harlan. My Lord.
Excellent
that
play.
was Wilson, number 25, going back with him, and they played it well, although he's double-teamed along with Hoth.
Excellent play by number 25. See, stayed deep in his deep zone. Goes up well for the ball. Matter of fact, he almost picks it off. Great play.
Good defensive play on that. Good cornerbacks for Mentor. We talked about those, Harlan, for the game, and you can see pretty sharp kids.
Yes. All right. It's 3rd and 14 now. And apparently everyone thinks they're going to go to the air because they got 4 linebackers and the cornerbacks are up close. And McGinty picks up some yardage, gets across the 45, maybe to the 47 or 48, well shy of a first down. Chris Wilson also there. The first quarter stats.
First quarter, nothing in the ball club, and we can see with the first downs, Mentor has the edge there. The VA St. Joe team on the ground, and Mentor with the passing yardage, but Mentor with almost 8 minutes, they had the ball in the first quarter.
Zerm punts. Gets it away. It's going to be a high kick. It's going to be short. And it's fumbled. And I think it's covered by Mentor. It is. Boy, that was close. Trying to bring that thing in and hit the hands and went out of bounds. Dan Pastore.
St. Joe's almost in there. We got a chance to talk to the Los Angeles St. Joe coach John Story and talked about seniors on the ball club, but they didn't get a lot of experience. Are they coming together? Are they starting to gel?
Strength and their state caliber experience.
Okay, Tully, we got a lot of seniors on the team. Is the club beginning to gel?
Well, I think we're going to find out tonight. We won that one 12-10, and Mooney was a very strong state caliber team, and their strength and experience, 25 Letterman, was a dominant factor in the second half. I looked for us to have a better game tonight for all 4 quarters.
There was a face mask against the Vikings. So Mentor now takes over the ball right at midfield, and Giantonio rolls out, hits his receiver. This is Chad Green, and he slips down as he crosses the 45. Aaron Johnson was right in the vicinity along with Terry McLean. But a flag has been dropped.
Flag is going to go against the defense, Mike. They're going to check it on. And a good play there for the Mentor Cardinals. Again, it's that passing game, and the Los Angeles St. Joe Ball Club is going to get penalized now, and it will be a big one from the spot.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, defense, first down.
Wow, that's 2 big ones right in a row. Face mask, and now this one. The personal foul. Chad Green on that reception. That was his second reception of the game, the 3rd of the season. The ball is sitting now on the Vikings 27. It's a first down for the Cardinals.
Watch this guy, watch him. Here we go.
Green comes in motion. And they hand it off to Ronaldo, and he gets inside the 5-yard line. The touchdown was saved by Kevin Marn, number 12, the free safety.
Look at it here, an inside trap, left guard going right. They just open the hole for Ryan Ronaldo, and he just takes off. I thought he might break it all the way, but Kevin Marn had a hand in that, and the senior came up with the stop. 3 big plays. St. Joe is having their problems defensively on this drive.
Well, they had 22-yard gain on that, and the one thing about the Cardinals, they're not predictable. You're never sure what they're going to do in what particular positions, and a timeout is called by Mentor, stopping the clock with 7:36 to go in the second quarter. And they'll have a 1st and goal from the 5 when they get back to action.
Mentor has an excellent run
They've got
pass.
it all going for them pretty well. 46 yards now and 2 carries for Ronaldo. Coach from Mentor has had an excellent time. There he is at Lakewood. 5 years, he was 92, 58 and 1, and the first coach to win for many, many years against St. Ed's. And North Ridgeville's 2 years, 14 and 6. So he's 37 and 25 here. And Brian?
Well, Dick Kirschbaum, they're off to a great start this season. We talked to him, what was the key to this? And this is what he had to say to us.
We have a great group of kids that get along real well together. The teamwork and the work ethic of these kids has been fantastic, and we're really pleased with the way they've hung together as a team. And we keep telling the kids that great players make great plays, but teams win games, so we're looking forward to an excellent football game tonight.
That was a pitch back to Wilhelm and a loose ball, and it is saved by Gentonio. And the loss is all the way back to the 11-yard line. Kevin Marn and James Huff got in on Wilhelm, and the ball just popped out. You could have almost bet the mortgage they were going to be able to get it in, I'll tell you. Oh, you're a bad pitch on that one.
Well, when you have a pitch to the side, you have to get it low and you have to get it to his outside. If he's got to stop and bring the outside arm up, he's in trouble.
Well, I guess you could argue it was half full or half empty, bad pitch or bad catch. So let's just say it was a misfortune for the Cardinals.
Next quarterback, I like to, always blame the back, but in this case, a quarterback has to get it down low because that halfback is in the stands and he's coming out and he's on an angle, on a running angle. That ball has to be in front of him.
The fans apparently are calling it a bad pitch right below us. So it's a 2nd and goal from the 11 now. This is Wilhelm in motion. Giantonio looks downfield, throws it low out of the end zone. He had to throw it away because he was going to take a sack all the way back at about the 18-yard line. Good headsy play by Giantonio, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 11. It's a big 3rd down play. Well, they're in 2-down territory, of course, but they got to get a little closer here. And the secondary from the Vikings has got to shut them down. Long pass, and just a little too wide. It came down right on the sideline in the end zone, intended for Chad Green, and he's limping back.
We get a chance to see this again. It's just the quarterback, Giantonio, going around the right side, lofting it up there. We saw this at a big ball game last night when it was completed for the Miami Ball Club, and it's the same type of play. Just put it up there to one of the best athletes that you can. In this case, it's Chad Green, just a little bit too far as the defender, Kevin Marn, came over on the play.
Yeah, and I tried for a field goal. There it is. Marn was beat rather badly. And a fumble. They blocked it. So the ball is going to go over to the Vikings, and the defense for the Vikings has held.
Well, after the face mask, after the piling on, late hit, they came back after that with a good 1st down play, and they put the pressure on the quarterback. One bad play on a pitch, and then the incomplete passes, and they went to the field goal, and it came up a little bit short. They couldn't quite put it through. So, again, they dodged a bullet there, they being the Villa Angela St. Joseph team, and they get that football.
First down from the 20.
St. Joe's defense is bending but not breaking. They're doing an excellent job.
6:31 remaining in the 2nd quarter. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 20, and darn near a sellout here on the Mentor side, and a very good crowd on the far side that's traveled for Villa Angela St. Joseph. A lot of seniors on the St. Joe's team, or VA St. Joe's, but not much game experience because of the great team they had 2 years ago, and then had a terrible season last year. Yeah, good piece of running, great 2nd effort. Calderwood tripped him up as he got the line of scrimmage, or beyond it. Arlen Henson with another few yardage on the pickup. He now has 59 yards in 9 carries. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 5. I'll tell you, there's not one happy camper there, and Dick Kirschbaum, I think he expected a little more than this.
Well,
they moved the ball, but they can't get it in the end zone.
They get it into the zone where you need it, and they haven't been able to move it into the end zone.
And a flag is thrown. He was looking for Kevin Marn, but he was double-teamed and covered very well. He just kept it and turned it upfield, and Doug Morgan, along with D.J. Calder, were able to stop him. Let's see what the flag is on about.
Well, there's the preliminary.
Calder,
there's no doubt about it. It's going to be a holding call, Mike, in Harlan against the offensive ball club. Another penalty will set back the Villa Angeles St. Joe Ball Club.
Holding, offense, repeat 2nd down.
Well, they had 2 15-yarders before this one, a 5-yarder before that, and another 5-yarder now. No, 10-yarder. Make that 10 yards. They're back at the 13. So it's a 2nd and 14. Trying to get some running room and can't, as Henson, and Stetter was right there along with Brian Kisco. Third and 15 on this one. Lost a couple of yards there. Just inside. 5 minutes remaining. First half. Vikings have really been hurting themselves with penalties. This is McGinty's. Number 58, Eric Anger, having a great game on defense.
Well, we can see, Mike, why he's the leading tackler. He came across that time. Not only got the penetration, but he had that speed to get out there to nail Tom McGinney from behind.
I'll tell you what else he does very well. He's number 1 in a class of 780.
Wow. That's the most impressive stat right there.
That is, exactly.
Punt by Zern. Again, a good high one at the 43-yard line. This is Green. And he is brought down without much ceremony. Bringing him down was John Amato. Going to have a great halftime show for you. The Fighting Cardinal Marching Band under the direction of Byron Hunsaker, as well as the Viking Marching Band under the direction of Dave Ushway. So that's the entertainment. You stay with us, and of course at the end of the third quarter we'll be bringing you Scoreboard. So it's all here for you on WVIZ Sports. A 1st and 10 from midfield for the Cardinals. Long count. D'Antonio looked for room just a little too hard. He was trying to get that one to number 86, I think it was.
Well, what it is, we're going to see the quarterback, D'Antonio, fire that ball. He had to let it go awful high, and it just couldn't get in there. Try to get in there to the end coming across.
Jason Carrasco. 2nd and 10. D'Antonio looking deep. Now he's got Green. Green goes down at the 10. Make it the 11. What a great throw by D'Antonio. And Chad Green right over the left shoulder.
They've been strong with their passing game all night, and here it is, Harlan with the quarterback, D'Antonio, going to find Chad Green. He fires downfield. Chad is down there loose, and he had to go over the shoulder to get that ball, and you can see as it's coming down, he's a little bit off stride from the back foot caught. Otherwise, he'd be all the way down, but he caught it. They're down on the 10-yard line.
Boy, is he doing it. Now Chad Green has 2 receptions for a total of 48 yards.
Excellent catch by Chad Green.
Line of scrimmage, the 11, a first down. D'Antonio tries to throw it to the side, but a flag is dropped by the umpire. Farley was the intended receiver, the split end, and Kevin Marn was right there. Boy, Marn is running all over this field. He's chasing a lot of good receivers.
Flag is thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Yes. Call against the offense.
Explain it to the captain. Bill Angela St. Joe making sure of the call. And once they get it straight, we'll get it from the referee, Chuck Braun.
Okay, we had 2 fouls. Illegal procedure on the offense is declined. Illegal block on the offense is accepted. First down over.
That's the first penalty against Minter in this half, and we only have just inside 3 minutes remaining, but it's a big one, a 15-yarder.
They made a doubleheader. If you don't take one, you take the big one, and they took the illegal block.
Farley the end, split to the far side. Chad Green is in the slot. And D'Antonio lets it go. Completes it. And Bob Farley on the reception, and Dave McSeveny and Lavelle Bolden in on the stop. Big, big game.
Oh, this passing attack is sharp. They're just getting people wide open. If it takes a quarterback who can maneuver behind there and have the arm, throws on the run, and this time hits Farley coming across. Excellent passing attack. I remember this kind of passing attack they had 2 and 3 years ago. It's right back up to the top this season.
So a second now and 11.
They're in an unbalanced line. Roll right, probably.
And going deep into the end zone. Almost tipped into the hands of Green. Rather knocked away,
boy.
Green wisely went down, but he hit the ground just as he tried to get his hands underneath it. A lot of pressure on D'Antonio by Gromick, number 64. Watch this.
It's probably a pass he shouldn't have thrown. He's going to throw this blind. You can see here, and it should have been intercepted. It's right here into Bill Angela St. Joe was ready for it. Of course, did he come in here? Did he catch it? The official is there. It definitely says no. There's the tip. Let's watch it.
What? It went off our screen. The screen wasn't big enough.
The official was right in the right position and made the call immediately.
Henson was waiting for the interception
What
until
a
his
shame.
teammate
They
took
bring the
it
ball
off.
out now to the 30. I don't really know why the ball is sitting at the 30-yard line. It had to be one whale of a penalty. All right, they've got a 2nd and 26. What they did, I'm not going to speculate.
Well, they did, Mike. They called a holding penalty on the play.
Okay. D'Antonio, he turned around, rolled to his right, tried to throw to his left, and he hit somebody right in the head.
Well, I'll tell you, it was Tony Lawrence, a defensive tackle at 265. Why he was there, I'll never know, but it's worth watching. There's Tony Lawrence, 265 pounds.
Yeah, but he's 5'9".
Knocking the pass down, it counts.
All right, it's a 3rd and 26. It seems that the offense in a passing game has gotten discombobulated here for Minter in this last series. They've hung on to the ball for a very, very long time. They've had it for about 3 minutes. And they can't get anything going, but a timeout is called by Bill Angela St. Joe's. That's their 2nd, if my memory is correct. They got one more left with 1:53 to go in the half. Remember, stay with us at halftime. 2 great marching bands. We're going to enjoy it. That's all part of the pageantry. And there is the Cardinal.
Now, Mike, that's Cardi the Cardinal out here at Mentor. There's Cardi. They actually have competition for this, Harlan. They have written competition. They work out for it. And everyone who wins it gets to go behind the Cardinal and becomes Cardi the Cardinal, and no one knows who it is. They really have a lot of fun with this mascot.
I'm sure Cardi has a lot of fun with that also, without anybody knowing who he is or her. You never know.
Right. And I'll bet he or her is really warm tonight.
You have just heard Harlan Barnett's voice for the first time in a long time. His mic wasn't working. We could hear him up here, but you couldn't hear him. It's 3rd and 26 for the Cardinals.
Watch your slant, Mark. Look out, watch it go behind you.
And cut for a loss all the way back to the 40-yard line. Jason Gromick and Aaron Johnson get in there. They each got a half a sack on that one. Woo.
As you can see, Gromick comes flying through the line, crawling, trying to get that sack, and then Johnson comes in and cleans him up. Great play by Gromick, great effort.
Jason Beatty will be punting for Mentor. They got as close as the 11. And they're just going to let it bounce, and it gets into the end zone. Breaks the plane. That means that the Vikings will take it from their own 20 with 1:13 to go in the first half.
Again, VA St. Joe's defense bend, but they didn't break. Doing an excellent job.
You know, they were, at the 11 or 19-yard line. Then they got even to 11-yard line, and then a couple of penalties, and then a sack, and they just ended up in trouble.
Well, 3 times they've had the drive. They've been in that zone within the 20-yard line, which you'd like to score on, and they just haven't been able to do it so far.
Well, Bill Angela's not going to waste time. They're rolling out. They're going to have McGinney throw the ball, but a flag stops the game with 1:09 to go in the first half.
Looks like illegal procedure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the preliminary call, but it's a dead ball. You can read his lips, of course, illegal procedure, and it will go against the offensive team, in this case, Bill Angela St. Joseph.
That's the 5th penalty now against the Vikings. And they're still in this scoreless ball game. McGinney rolls out. Got some running room. If he go, did he get blindsided? Loose ball. Chad Green blindsided McGinney. He lost the ball. It's recovered by or went out of bounds. Either one, but it still belongs to the Vikings with 57 seconds to go in the half.
Harlan, I don't know if we get a chance to see it, but you like those cornerbacks that come all the way across.
Exactly. If anybody saw the game last week, that's the same kind of blitz that Randy Hilliard came on when he got his 2 sacks.
That hurt you.
Great play by Chad Green.
Now they're chasing the ball, and it was last touch by St. Joe, so it belongs to them. A timeout is called with 57 seconds to go. John Story has got to say, we don't want to, we're sitting on the 3-yard line. We just got to be careful here.
And that's why you saw him look up, and that what he's looking at is the Mentor Stadium Cardinal clock with 57 seconds left. He would just like to hold on to that ball, try to eat up the 57 seconds, and go into this locker room with a 0-0 score. Harlan, how do you like these first 2 quarters of high school ball again?
It's a defensive football game, my kind of game. Me being a defensive football player, I like this kind of game. Mentor's defense is playing tougher at the line and stopping St. Joe 3 and out. But St. Joe's defense, they're bending but not breaking. They're not stopping Mentor. Mentor are stopping themselves with penalties.
Yeah, they get the nice drives. They look good. They have some nice rhythm to the offense. They get down in there to the 12. To the 19, and then a couple of the penalties took place, and then the forced pass, and they just haven't been able to do it. They've been moving it up and down. They'd like to be on the board, but Bill Angelo St. Joe has to be happy with their defense, but right now they're worried about being back in that zone so tight.
Exactly, and I know Mentor, they're looking to try to get a safety probably out of this. Let's see what happens.
Well, they could even get their hands on the ball. They got 2 timeouts remaining. It's a 2nd and 28 now for Joe's. Quarterback McGinney just keeps it, trying to burn out the clock. They'll call another timeout. They haven't called the timeout. They're letting the clock run. That'll bring up a third and about 24. And the clock will run out after this next play. I thought Mentor would call another timeout. They still had 2 remaining. Well, a little bit of room for Tom McGinney, the 2-year starter, all-around athlete is Tom. Basketball, baseball.
Probably be another quarterback sneak.
Yeah. And he gets out close to the 10. And the clock is coming down to now 12 seconds. And now a timeout is called by Mentor.
Well, they won their
well
timeout.
Maybe they, for the 4th down, Kirschbaum knows what he's doing. What he did is he forced them to take it. And now it's a 4th down, and he'll have a timeout after the kick.
And you know that everybody in a red shirt is going to be on the punter, Scott Zerm, for Villa Angeles St. Joseph. There's a little less time, of course. They could just knock off some more time, but there's just a little bit too much on there. And there isn't much time left for the Mentor Cardinal Club in this half. What they'd like to do is just zoom in there, see what they can do, kind of havoc they can cause on the 4th down play.
Well, they're bringing the punter in.
Yeah, the
punting team. And Zerm will be punting. He's gotten good height. He just hasn't got much distance on his punts.
They need a good one out of him this time.
Yeah, well, the last one was 40, which is not bad. The first one was 24. The second one was 40 and had good hang time. And that's what he's going to have to do here.
You know, there'll be a lot of pressure over that center. There'll be a couple angling on him. There's somebody pulling out someone on the inside, trying to slip in through the cracks.
There's Scott Zerm, 32.9 average for the season. His last one was 40, and he's standing in the middle of the end zone.
Watch out for Chad Green on the end over here.
Gets the kick, partially blocked. Pastori, and he is brought down at the 35. Gromick, Jason Gromick, the 210-pound senior, brought him down. The timeout is called by Coach Kirschbaum. That's why he's coaching, because now he's got the time. Well, they're starting the clock again, and there isn't enough time. Well, that will end the half, and it's been scoreless, but it's really been a hard-hitting, tough ball game for both teams. You couldn't ask for really much more. Coach John Story's defense has held a team that is very capable of scoring with a balanced attack with a great quarterback, D'Antonio, and of course a great running back. So Carl Harlan, what do you think? You come from the Cincinnati area where they play great football. This has been an outstanding game, has it not?
Yes, it has. It's been a real outstanding game. D'Antonio is getting the job done. They're just setting themselves back with too many penalties once they get down there. If they can eliminate the penalties,